Hello there Tenno, and welcome back to another Frame of Lore video. In today's video, we are going to be going over one of the game's most beloved and feared characters, the Stalker. He can hunt you down across your missions should your actions have consequences, and for newer players he can prove to be a real challenge, though much later on in the game he just becomes a slight nuisance to deal with when he pops up. As always, there will be spoilers for some of the quests in the game, and the backstory we have on the Stalker overall, so if you'd rather discover that for yourself, consider yourselves warned. With that said, let's get into today's video. So let's go right back to the time of the Orokin, and look at who the Stalker was. From what we know, he was a low guardian of the Orokin, and he was around during the collapse of the Empire, so he watched it all unfold. He watched the Tenno and realised they were not stoic as everyone else thought. They were poised and waiting. He tried to warn his masters, but failed, and watched as the empire he knew crumbled down around him. We are not quite sure how he survived though. I mean, other members of the Orokin era have appeared across the game, so it's not out of the question that he just somehow lived through it all. Maybe we'll find out more in the Jade Shadows update. During the second Dream quest, the Stalker allies himself with Hun Hao to hunt down the Tenno and kill them. He is bestowed with the Greatsword War and upgraded with sentient powers, becoming the Shadow Stalker. Together they scheme to destroy the heart of the Tenno, though during that time, the Lotus and the Tenno receive help from Alad V, though the Stalker still manages to find out about the reservoir and heads there to destroy the Tenno once and for all. When the Tenno confront the Stalker at the reservoir, he is confused upon seeing the Operator, the true form of the Tenno, and has a moment of pause. Could he himself be a Tenno? Could he have been hunting his own people? In this moment of confusion, he leaves, though later he resolves himself to fight the Tenno on board their orbiter. The Stalker nearly manages to defeat the Tenno, though when his greatsword is broken, he experiences immense pain and vanishes. The Stalker then sends his acolytes Angst, Malice, Mania, Misery, Torment, and Violence to hunt down Alad V for helping the Tenno during the second Dream questline. As always, the Tenno jump in to help and manage to drive off these acolytes. I would love to know a lot more on these acolytes and if there are more out there, and joining the Stalker fan club does seem pretty cool, so there could be a future feature on that one day. The next time we then see the Stalker is in the New War, when he has reverted back to his original appearance and still works under Hun Hao. Though instead of trying to kill the Tenno, this time he assists them. This is due to the fact that the Tenno and Hun Hao share the same goal in saving the Lotus. Though since then we have not really had much to do with the Stalker, though something tells me that is about to change. So I have already done a Jade Shadow speculation video, which I think you should check out if you haven't already. That covers what I think we could see in the update, though what I want to talk about here is more of the Stalker's lore, especially the part where he has his moment of confusion. This asks the question, could the Stalker actually be a Tenno? Let's look at what we know. From his in-game model, he does have the features of looking like a Warframe, and his main chassis looks like it's been based off of Excalibur. So this could point us in the right direction. Another clue could be the fact that in Duviri, we get the option to play as the Stalker. Could this mean that transference works on him, and he potentially has an operator controlling him? If this is the case, do they know they're an operator? Did the Orokin do something to them as a failsafe? It could explain how he has lasted so long. He also moves like a Warframe does and has similar weapons and abilities, so all the clues here point to the fact he is like us, though he has merely forgotten. If this is the case, and he has forgotten who he once was, is there a chance we could bring him back? Could we discover if it was the Orokin or sentients who corrupted him? Was he simply too loyal to the Orokin and sided with them over the Tenno? Or is he just a really tough Orokin who is fed up with the Tenno and hates them for the destruction of the Empire? There's a lot to unravel and try and figure out about this character, which I think is one of the reasons they're loved by the community. Then if we look to the Acolytes again, I'm not saying they are also Tenno, but a lot of their designs copy that of other Warframes, which makes it seem like the Stalker has his own group of Tenno on his side, which, if that's the case, it would be really cool. I would love to see a kind of evil Tenno group versus our Tenno, just to see like a difference in beliefs, though I doubt anything like that would happen anytime soon, as the Tenno are quite a united bunch. So the big question here is, who is the Stalker? Well, I hope that is something we may get answers to, or even more clues about soon, as the character is really cool, and it'd be amazing to explore their story more. I personally believe he could be a Tenno. There are some signs there, and though the Duviri perk could just be flavour and gameplay elements, it also just seems like a clue in plain sight to me. But who knows? Maybe he is simply just an Oregon Guardian and there isn't more to it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it really does help out the channel, though just the fact you have watched already means so much to me. Stay safe out there, Tenno, and I'll see you all in the next one.